External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has met Chinese President Xi Jinping, and after the meeting, External Affairs Minister has tweeted on his social media informing that he has met President Xi Jinping this morning in Beijing, along with his fellow SCO foreign ministers. During the meeting, he conveyed the greetings of President Droupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and apprised President Xi of the recent developments of the bilateral ties. Value the guidance of our leaders in that regard is what we are learning. Joining me live on the telecast is my colleague Aditya Vadhavan. Kindly take us through these details that are followed after the key crucial meeting of External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Chinese President Xi Jinping.
Well, absolutely, Simran. Indeed, it is it's quite some years that, Foreign Minister Jaishankar has met the Chinese President Xi Jinping. At this juncture, this meeting between the two leaders testifies to the fact that the Indo-China relations are on a redevelopment path post that bloody Galwan clashes between both the armies, between the Indian Army and the People's Liberation Army of China. Since then, even China has also felt that, India is an important trade partner, and trade needs to be increased with India. Where recently, when we saw that US President Donald Trump was imposing heavy tariffs on China, China was looking forward towards India. And, with the recent, when when National Security Advisor Ajit Doval went to China, he also got this Kailash Mansarovar Yatra also. It was restarted. So at this juncture, both the countries are, through these diplomatic channels are now, forging to rebuild the bilateral ties, and it needs to be seen from here on how Indo-China relations go on from here, because there have been issues with China on the border issues involving the line of actual control. However, now it needs to be seen wherein what corrective measures will China take vis-a-vis India if it wants to have a
In fact, continue to stay with us. We also have Professor Madhav Nalapat joining me live on the telecast. Mr. Nalapat, very good morning, and appreciate you joining me this morning. Now, this is a very significant meeting, of course, as this is Jaishankar's first visit to China after the ties between India and China was strained, and also following the 2020 military standoff that was along the line of the actual control in eastern Ladakh. What are the expectations as per this meeting that has happened, and especially at the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting also, of the India-China bilateral ties to look like in the coming days?
Look, the Chinese are looking for a better relations with India, because their priority is now Taiwan. Their priority is now basically recovering all the lost markets that have been happening over the last 1 year in particular, because of the efforts by several countries to de-link their dependence from China, especially in rare earths. Prime Minister Modi went on an 8-day visit to various countries, and there several of them have got rare earths. So it's very clear India is also looking for alternatives. I think this is a very good meeting. It's part of the SCO foreign ministers. All of them had a meeting, and it's a routine courtesy to have a meeting with the head of state when you have an SCO meeting taking place of the foreign minister. So, and on India's part, India has always been diplomatically very polite and very correct. India has never resorted to what the Chinese call wolf warrior diplomacy, and both the Prime Minister as well as the External Affairs Minister have been failingly very polite in their approach. But if you're looking for any active action by the Chinese in terms of withdrawing from the areas that they've occupied, you're not going to get that. And in my personal view, I think the sooner we end our dependence on China for rare earths and other materials, very, very important material, and the better, because the situation vis-a-vis the U.S., the situation vis-a-vis other countries, the relations are going to become more and more strained, because it's very clear the world is now entering into a bipolar situation once again after the fall of the Soviet Union. And India is, of course, a democracy on the side of the democracies. So I think it's a good, it's a good gesture, and I think Minister Jaishankar was correct in conveying the very polite messages from President Murmu and Prime Minister Modi. But if you're looking for any breakthrough, well, please don't expect it.